My name is Rick Courtwright, and I've had a very interesting and unusual life, many spiritual and metaphysical experiences, but one that stands out happened to me in June of 1989 in the town of Mojave, in the Mojave Desert of Southern California. It was the first week of my job as a propane delivery person, and I pulled the truck into the Mojave City Park to have my lunch. And the city park consisted of about 200 yards in all directions of just dirt, kind of a open dirt field with a scrub oak at one end. And pretty much that was it, one picnic table. But I noticed in coming through the town of Mojave that there was a country western store which was about 2 blocks from the park, and I thought I would go check it out to see if they had any steel-toed boots for this particular job. I walked the 2 blocks, saw no one on the street. It was 100 degrees. I walked into the store, and it was one of these typical, really well-stocked country western store, stacks of Levi's shirts, an old man behind the counter. It looked like he hadn't sold anything in months. And I went to the boot section, and sure enough, I found a pair of steel-toed boots that were perfect for the job. They were expensive. I couldn't buy them on the spot, but I made a mental note to go back. So I left the store and went back to the park to have my lunch. I had a paper bag with a peanut butter sandwich in it and a glass of water, bottle of water. And I was starting to eat the sandwich when I looked up. I noticed there was what appeared to be a homeless person coming from the same direction I had just walked, and he was walking straight toward me. So I basically just waited for him to arrive at my spot, and I noticed as he was approaching that his clothes weren't particularly dirty. He had long hair and a beard, but he was carrying something in his right hand. So as he approached me, he sat down a pair of boots on the table, and he said, "Would you like to buy a pair of boots?" And I didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to say. I said, "Those are very expensive boots. I can't afford those boots." I thought he had followed me, although I saw no one on the street either direction. I said, "Those are very expensive boots. I don't have money for those." He just smiled at me and had these clear blue eyes, and he said, "How much do you have?" And I looked in my wallet. I had $11. He said, "That'll be fine." So I gave him the $11. He turned to walk away, and I said, "Wait." I handed him the other half of the peanut butter sandwich. And he said, "Thank you," turned to walk away. I looked down for 1 second to take a bite of my sandwich. I looked up, and he was gone. He had just vanished. I drove by the store a couple days later, and there was an out-of-business banner across the front of the store. And about a week later, I was meditating, and I heard a very clear, gentle voice say, "God will give you what you need." Now, I wore those boots for 12 years. Truth is stranger than fiction.